All right, join me on page 670. This is our main text for this week. The genre is a nonfiction article, and in a nonfiction article, a newspaper or magazine presents facts and information. So this is true information, facts that can be verified. Analyze text structure, cause and effect. A cause is an action that makes something else happen. An effect is the result of a cause, and I like to refer to this as because an effect. Because this happens, this is the effect is whatever happens. Okay, follow along. I'm going to start with this caption.
Water-filled drums in a south-facing glass wall absorb heat from the sun and release it slowly at night to warm this New Mexico home in winter.
Okay, now for the main text, Building Green.
Building green. How can homes be made more environmentally friendly? If Earth could talk, it might not call everyone's house home sweet home. Instead, it would probably point out that many of our houses are not so sweet. They can actually have an adverse effect on the health of the planet. Imaginative builders are out to change that by dreaming up new ways to make our homes more green, a term that means ecologically friendly. Home. Green home. Recently, a new house built near Houston, Texas, was so efficient that it didn't need a furnace. The hot water heater kept the house warm enough in the relatively mild Texas winter. This, combined with reduced air conditioning costs, saved enough money to offset the cost of the house's extra thick insulation and high-performance windows.
Okay, continuing on page 671. I'm going to start with the caption, and then we'll go to the main text. Follow along.
This solar-powered house in Germany has transparent insulation and solar panels facing south to collect and store solar energy for everyday use. Unfortunately, the successful project, part of a Department of Energy program, hasn't much changed the habits of many home builders. It's hard for big companies to change their way of doing things, says Bill Zeller. He works with the firm that designed the Houston home. But some builders are changing. For instance, Habitat for Humanity is building energy-efficient homes that rely less on non-renewable sources of energy. It is working with the Environmental Protection Agency to clean up former industrial sites for affordable housing. Improved insulation and construction techniques are part of the plan. Zeller sees significant gains in all this. He says, in some parts of the country, even average homes are now 30% more efficient than a few years ago.
Driving home change. Many Californians claim they practically live in their cars. John Picard, 34, goes a step further. He lives in a lot of cars, literally. These are cars from the 60s that were in the junkyard, he says, indicating his 2,400 square foot ultra-modern home in Marina del Rey, California. Now they are my house. Picard's walls aren't made from hubcaps and fenders. They are made by a company that manufactures recycled steel framing material from junked cars and discarded cans and washing machines. In fact, Picard's entire house, a space-age, 2-story metal cube, was built using recycled material and modern technology. The result is a home that's...
Continuing on page 672. Follow along.
Environmentally correct and comfortable, too. The woodless construction alone, Picard estimates, saved about 100 trees. Other eco-house features include filtered air and an apparatus that monitors the interior temperature and energy-efficient lighting. Plus, there is a roof-mounted solar panel that can generate most of his home's energy needs. My house, he notes proudly, has the potential for 0 utility bills. Designing Picard's eco-house took a year. Construction took 4 months. I wanted to do an energy-efficient house that everybody could construct, Picard explains. He hopes that his eco-house will inspire similar construction in the future. I know it changes people when they see and understand it, he says. It brings quality back into building, and it's good for the environment.
The latest straw, not the last. Straw seems like an improbable home building material. After all, there is that story about the 3 pigs. And there's another story about a straw house that was eaten by cows. Judy Knox, 50, and her husband, Matt Merman, 54, have a different view. They're spreading the news that straw bale construction, once used on the tree-barren American prairie, is ripe for a comeback. In this building technique, straw is stacked in bales, often bound by chicken wire, and sealed with stucco or adobe. Straw is a cheap, energy-efficient resource, say Knox and Merman. Plus, new straw grows every year, so it is a renewable resource. In 1990, the two launched their Tucson-based company, Out on Bale, to conduct workshops for straw builders. They've overseen construction of 20 straw structures, from a sauna to a bunkhouse. It's an annually renewable...
We're going to continue on page 673. Follow along.
Waste product, says Merman. That's right for the planet. Knox is a longtime environmental activist from New Hampshire. Merman is a Maine native and former ecology teacher. They became excited about straw houses after visiting 2 of them in New Mexico in the 1980s. With their 2-foot-thick walls, the houses provided a quiet, restful kind of feeling, says Knox. It felt friendly. Walls can be raised in a day or 2. Quick to erect, straw houses could, say Knox and Merman, shelter disaster victims or homeless people. Straw, however, does have one drawback. When wet, it attracts fungi, so builders must take care to keep bales dry. And sometimes, during construction, the straw bales break up, like shredded wheat, notes local architect Tom Greenwood, who recently designed a straw cabin. What then, Greenwood jokes, don't add milk.
All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.